very passionate to me,
yes,
and I think
gather
it's
with
vital that we
pause.
learn from program.
Really just wanted to
You know,
turn
but
it
what
down.
is success? You just mentioned it's not paperwork. It's not getting paperwork
This
done.
took
That is
me,
not
I don't know,
success.
maybe
And often we vote for
realistically
bills
altogether
that
20
sound
minutes
real
to
good,
figure
they
out
have
the
a
name
really
of
nice
it,
sounding
you know,
title,
but let's me
but
quit
they
dicking
don't
around
really
here and
bring
said I
the
just
success
slammed
that
out a
we
title,
should be
How
looking
to
at and what
Mainline
we're talking about today.
Marijuana.
You talked about succeeding
Oh,
in a family.
it'll be
And I
fun
wanna add
about
to
the
that.
art
Succeeding in a
history
family,
that I make you
even if
learn
you've
when it
never
comes
had
to
one
the
growing
first
up.
marijuana seed
That's
ever.
where success
No people
comes
were
in, my
involved
opinion.
about the
You know, and there's
quintessence
a difference between
of the
government
chirality
oversight
of the evolution
and
of this
a
bad
nonprofit
puppy from
oversight.
spiritual ritual
Because the
food
things
fishing
I've been
line.
involved
Really
in,
try to defuse
you know,
that bomb
when
if
you're,
you want.
When you're a donor to that
Well, what we
nonprofit,
get down here,
you take a role in
first 3
oversight
pages,
because you
you
care.
have A,
And
the
there's
first seed ever.
volunteer
They discovered
oversight that's
marijuana.
involved.
The oldest
And those are the
evidence
right
of the
motives
usage of it
for
for
what we're
something
trying to
useful
do. You know,
would have
we
been about
visit,
here.
get to know the
And
the
they
children.
are the first
We look for
marijuana seeds ever,
evidence-based
basically
solutions.
helium
And
2.
again,
And we'll get
different
into
definition
we will get
of
more into
success
helium
rather than
4 in a
just
minute
being
here
paperwork.
about
The
what that
idea
fucker is,
moving from one chaos to another is just
because I
so
set up for
hard-running.
kids. Right, because there's both
You know,
sides. There's
I've
the
been in a lot of
stoner,
things
and
as a
then
big
there's the
brother.
anti-stoner. Well, what side of this fence do you want to be living on right
Gosh,
now?
I've always
This
been looking
basil
for
hemp early
opportunities
beginning,
for
hemp
people
type
that
inside
do
of
not
here,
normally
drug
have
type
them.
feral,
What
or
we're
just the
talking
straight
about is
medical
opportunity
grade
for
of
loving, caring, developing,
100 light year or
stable
100,000 light years
especially
from
for those
38
that
billion
really
light
get that
years ago.
opportunity.
34, 32, I
And,
forget what it is lately. 42, negative 42.
My wife and I, we have a
Well, you don't
2-year-old
know,
son
and hopefully
a
this helps you.
2-year-old
When you
daughter.
orientate the galactic
Beautiful
disc
things
like
we-
this, you're going to get the galactic bulge and the galactic bar
And they look
and
too.
celestial A
But
star
I wanna talk
and
about
the
the
center
agency.
of mass on that thing,
So the
and that's
woman
going to
who
be
runs
about
it,
sun's
she's
position
an
right
attorney.
there.
She's
Ones
an
and zeros.
adopted mother.
And that's not only
And
this.
she
This
decided
is the
to
atomic
become
level.
an
This is the
adoption
proton. This is the thing that is
Yeah, I
so
have
far
a
down
letter from
beyond the
I'd like to
proton
submit
that
for the
Planck
record
couldn't
here
catch
today
it
about
between
our
the
church. They
scales
talk
of
about
increment.
voluntary surrenders of
Now,
children
when we
from
get to summer,
biological parents and making
here's the
the
axis.
best connection. In
Winter,
every situation,
here's the
so that
axis
place,
of the
best
tilt
interest of the child
on that thing
at the center of
about
our
what you're
decisions.
growing inside of things that
And
can't.
we
There will
see
be
our
a
role
genetic
as a lifelong
difference.
commitment to
They
the children we
cannot,
have
time to
placed
apology,
in the adopted
cannot
families.
have been in the
Who
same
we
spot,
serve.
Q and P,
There's
for
no
what
way
it
to help.
does. You know, here we're
no
getting
way
the
to
hemp
help.
types for what they are, where some of the
And we have
dot
a
plot,
relationship
and
with
what
birth
works to
The
mainline
child doesn't want
that first
more
system,
people loving
this nursery seed phase,
there's a
this
lot of
proto
different
seed,
situations
space
that
of
exist.
exact
We
energy
have to have
design,
flexibility.
under
We
how
have
we're
to gear
defining
it
that
towards
key
the
parcel
child,
map.
the
Now, from
child's
here
needs,
locally, it's not
and
getting
what's
too
gonna work best
convoluted. I
for
don't need
everyone
26,
involved.
19
I'm
AB,
involved with something in
Wikipedias
Cincinnati I have for
on
30
genetics.
years or so.
Well, genetics with
Boys
this
Hope,
whole
Girls
thing
Hope.
would all but the
And this is a program
and
that
maybe
is a
that's what you need to break it
combination
down
of what we
to.
talk about.
At
You still
is
have the
a
family involved,
A
and that we
of a
have to
time
get better in
function
that.
that algebraically you
parents
could
have
write a
one
book
my
about
child
just
in
the
this
letters of
program.
pi, just
And
because of the
basically call it
position of the
scholarship.
number along pi.
And as
So
early
what
as
was this
fourth grade,
war
because the home
graph there? War
situation is
graph.
not good, the child lives in a home
And that gets us there.
where they're mentored,
And for
where
me,
they're
I got
safe,
slippery stuff.
where
It's
they're
like, this
stable,
all I did?
where they're
No.
developing
I
and
got
they go to good
Constantinople, the Addle,
And
the
this is all
Lucy's
private.
long jump inside of
And
here.
we see them in high
And
school,
for them,
college,
they need to orientate
come
themselves
back.
so in the northern
part
hemisphere
of
that
a
they
family.
understand what
And their
this
families
this
are involved.
actually looks like. And that
There's the
thing's going to
Thanksgiving
cross
party, the
over at
Christmas
some
party.
point in
They go
time. And
home
when
on
I
the
do
weekends.
the indoor-outdoor
turn this into a
operating
scholarship
systems on
and
all
these
this
kids
thing
are
from
proud.
seed, because all the seeds
There's
is hydroponic,
opportunities all
sand,
over the place.
clay.
And
Did
yes,
it did
it's
it not work?
faith-based.
Did they die
But
in
we
seed
don't
testing? I
proselytize,
have to
you
be
don't
above
make
the
someone
below
join
on
your
this
religion
operating
or
wave
anything like
function
that.
here
But it's
to
those Christian
understand
values, Judeo-Christian
what this
values
thing is at the
that are in
scale
place
of what we're talking
that
about
make the
here,
difference.
Gottelsson completeness theory and the
I see you
constitutional
nodding.
loophole.
First of all, I'm so proud you're from
So
Ohio.
again, I'm
Thank you
hitting a
for being my
4,
neighbor.
which you still need is 3
But I
about
guess
why
what are some of the
this
things
could be
you would
broken
recommend
down
to
to
states
just
if they
the
have
mustard seed and
flexibility
coconut.
with the dollars they get
Where
to
marijuana was
enhance
cultivated before
successful
potatoes and
programs?
wheat, bro.
And maybe specifically through
You got to
child work.
defuse that bomb before we let the kids just. And with
I'd like
that
to
said,
see,
now's today.
organizations do
Now,
more job
Africa,
shadowing
or
to,
excuse me,
bring
India
them
here,
along.
actually it
Like
already
I said
crashed
earlier,
into of
foster youth need
making
more
that
opportunities. They
plateau
need to be
for
shown,
why
what they're
long
capable of.
over the system.
And so,
It
I'd
just
love to see
had
more job shadowing
the
from
proper wave
organizations. And
function
something
under the
that
bell
my,
curve
church did
of how
was
we'll be
when
dotting that thing out later.
they invested in me before I aged out of the system. So I think that we talk about the foster care system and
Good.
how to
I'm glad
support
everybody
youth
can
a
hear.
lot, like once they age out.